Welcome to Shooting It Straight with Stan. I am your host, Stan, the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. Today's topic is annuity decisions should be simple and contractual. They have to be both. They can't be one or the other. They got to be both. And let me explain that to you. Now, when we talk about annuities as a category, if you don't know this by now, if you haven't watched any of my previous 1,000 plus videos, annuities are contracts. They should be owned for what they will do, not what they might do. And the will do is the contractual guarantees of the policy, not a hypothetical, not a theoretical, not a back tested number, not a, hey, Mr. Jones, if you'd owned it 10 years ago, look at what you'd have got with this upfront bonus. And by the way, upfront bonus is what I call candy for the stupid, because there's not a CEO at a life insurance company that issues annuities that wakes up in the morning in their 10,000 square foot house and says, you know what? I think I'm going to give money away today. They don't do that. They're for-profit organizations. So upfront bonuses, just part of the overall contractual guarantee. Please do not put any weight on that. It's just part of the overall contractual guarantee, good or bad or whatever. You just, when you're buying annuities for the contractual guarantee, then that's part of the contractual guarantee. A lot of times bonuses don't enhance anything except the fact that it makes you think you're getting something for free, which means you buy more than you need to, and you buy the dream of the agent that's pitching it. But when I say that you have to make it simple and contractual, there's two questions I always tell people to ask every single time. And if you call us and set an appointment to book a call with us to speak with me or one of my team members at theannuityman.com, we're going to ask two questions. What do you want the money to contractually do? And when do you want those contractual guarantees to start? We will never, ever talk about hypothetical returns, what happened in the past, cap spreads, participation rate, buffers, and all that stuff. We're not going to do that. We're just not, because if that's why you are considering to buy an annuity, then don't buy one. If you're considering to buy an annuity based on caps and spreads, participation rates, buffer annuities, what I call copay annuities, etc., then don't buy an annuity. Go put your money in ETFs and good stocks and money and mutual funds. Get a good money manager, etc. I mean, do those things. Go to Vanguard or Fidelity or whoever you like, TD or all those people that sell that stuff, and you can make your own decision. There's a lot of people that would manage your money for that market growth, but annuities are not market growth products, which leads me back to the simple and contractual. I'm pounding the table right here to say you have to only look at contractual guarantees. Now, there are some annuity types. There's many types of annuities out there. If you don't know that, you're getting ready to. Single premium immediate annuities, deferred income annuities, qualified longevity annuity contracts, are multi-year guarantee annuities, are all contractual. There's no moving parts. I mean, there's no annual fees. There's no market attachments. There's no possibilities, potential, hypothetical, unicorn, station, butterfly. The contractual guarantee is the contractual guarantee. Now, there are some products, variable annuities, which we don't sell, buffer annuities, which we don't sell at this point. Fixed index annuities, we sell them, but for the income rider attachment. So when we attach the income rider, it makes it a commodity. But we don't look at the caps and spreads participation rates, because there's hundreds and hundreds of choices out there, of which most of the time these companies can change how those calculations are administered, which means it affects your returns, etc. We can go down that rabbit hole if you want to go down that rabbit hole with index annuities and all that stuff. I've done a zillion videos on them. So I pounded the table on the contractual side. Contractual. Will do, not might do. Will do, not might do. You own an annuity for what it will do, not what it might do. But let's go to the simplicity, because remember what I said, annuity decisions should be both simple and contractual. The simple is, in my opinion, as important as contractual. Once we have convinced you, hopefully I'm doing this now, that contractually guaranteed annuities, looking at only those contractual guaranteed numbers, once you do that, then the good news is you've, in essence, commoditized that product, meaning that you shop all carriers for the highest contractual guarantee for your situation, specific situation, knowing that annuity companies quotes change like a gallon of milk every 7 to 10 days because of capacity issues. If they want somebody your age range, then they're going to feel if they raise enough money, they're going to lower the guarantee not to attract you. I mean, it's really that simple. So the contractual part is a no-brainer. Why? Because you're going to receive a policy, which is a contract, and because of that, you should base your decision, you know, primarily on the contractual guarantees. But the other part is that simplicity part. Now, I have fun with that a lot of times, and I say, if you can't explain it to a 9-year-old, don't buy it. No offense to 9-year-olds, but I'm dead serious. Okay. I was having a conversation with one of my 20-something's daughters, and we're talking about finance, and she does what the typical 20-something does. Well, I don't know anything about that. No. That's right. I said, well, I can explain it to you. I said, just bear with me. I know I'm annoying. Dads are annoying, the way we talk and the way we do S's and T's. I get that. I'm annoying, but just listen to me. And I explained to her multi-year guarantee annuities, and I explained to her single premium immediate annuities, even though she was rolling her eyes, but she was listening. But at the end, she got it. She goes, okay, Dad, I got that. That's pretty simple stuff. Yeah, it is. And the reason I was telling her that is I'm trying to prepare her for what's going to happen when my Learjet hits the mountain, etc. What's going to be in place for her, etc. So she understands it. The same thing is important for you, whoever your significant other or others are, whether it's a spouse or whether it's beneficiaries. You need to be able to explain to them exactly what's happening and how the annuity that you've selected, how those contractual guarantees work. With the hypothetical products out there, it's impossible. You can't do it. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb and say you might not even know what you bought if you bought those products because they're so complicated. I tell the story about a really good client of mine that was being pitched a fixed index annuity. And for the record, we have nothing against indexed annuities. They're CD products. They're not market products. They're CD products regulated at the state level. They're not a security. And we primarily use them as a delivery system, a very efficient delivery system for the income rider guarantees if you need income in the future. But what he said was funny. He goes, I did what you said, Stan. I had him send me, the all the information, etc. And I said, so what'd you think? He goes, well, they had a lot of mathematical formulas in there, Stan. He goes, I'm a smart guy and I got lots of money, but I didn't know a lot of these mathematical formulas had letters in them. I said, yeah, that's calculus. Okay. That's like advanced math. And a lot of these products are so complicated and so convoluted. And even when, I don't sell anything but fixed annuities. I'm Stan, the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, as you know. But my previous life was at Dean Witter, Morgan Stanley, Payne Weber, and UBS, Union Bank of Switzerland. So I understand that side. But even in those places, I think back to my career, and I've been doing this for 3 decades plus, is I always was leaning on the side of being able to explain it to a 9-year-old, even when I was in that side of the business, and certainly it carried over to this side. Some of the most complex products I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen them all from the other side, the Dean Witter, Payne Weber, Morgan Stanley, UBS. Some of the most complicated things I've ever seen are on the annuity side. I mean to tell you that it takes an advanced degree, it takes finance background like I have to truly understand it. Yet these products are being packaged and sold to the masses, and the masses have no idea what they're buying. I mean, they're buying hopes and dreams. They're buying hypotheticals. They're buying stories. They're buying 30,000-foot views. And the problem is those typically don't work out. The problem is the pie in the sky sounds too good to be true hypothetical number never comes true. So when you're going in to look at annuities or determine if an annuity is right and what type of annuity is right, and that's real easy. Listen, we've made that easy. It's the 2 questions. What do you want the money to contractually do? When do you want those contractual guarantees to start? Looking at the acronym PIL, P stands for principal protection. I stands for income for life. L stands for legacy. The other L stands for long-term care, confinement care. When you don't need to contractually solve for 1 or 4 of those items in the PIL, you do not need an annuity. And when you answer those 2 questions, when you go to my site at theannuityman.com and book a call with us, we're going to ask those 2 questions. We're going to tell you if you don't need an annuity. We're going to tell you if your thoughts and ideas on what you want even exist contractually. We're not going to fit a square peg into a round hole. We're not a hammer looking for a nail. we're going to tell you the truth. We're also going to tell you the truth. We think you're putting too much money in. I always tell people use the least amount of money to contractually solve for the specific goal that you have, which kind of leads us into kind of an off lane here. That's a great segue into the whole inflation thing. People say, well, Stan, aren't there annuities for inflation? Listen, annuity companies don't give anything away. If you have a cost of living adjustment increase or a potential hypothetical index increase, all the annuity company does is severely and drastically lowers the initial payment when compared to the same annuity without that potential increase. Annuity companies don't give that away. In my opinion, to make it simple and to make it contractual, let's just do an example. If you had $5,000 coming in every single month, and 3 years from now you needed additional $500, how do you solve for that? You buy an immediate annuity at that time, reverse engineering the quote to solve for the $500 using the least amount of money possible and contractually. And if you need $100 2 years from after that, you do the same thing. You reverse engineer the quote to solve for the $100. There's not a floating product that solves everything for you, even though that's what you're going to hear after they feed you the steak dinner at the place you'd never go eat anyway, except for you got this postcard in the mail and you're now showing up to it. Okay, those products do not exist. So to circle back and to make this is very important, and I'm talking to not only consumers but all of those industry types listening to me as well, because we need to do this as an industry. We need to make the decisions for the consumer contractual and simple. We need to make it very, very transparent. We need to tell them everything, and they need to be able to turn to their loved ones, spouses, beneficiaries, and 9-year-old grandkids and be able to explain it and they understand it. If you can't, if it doesn't pass that sniff test, if you can't explain what you're considering to buy in the annuity world, do not buy it. If you can't explain all of the moving parts that's been pitched to you, do not buy it. But if you can explain it, if you fully understand the contractual guarantees, that's a win not only for you, but that's a win for your family, your spouse, your beneficiaries, because they're going to understand what you have. They're going to understand how it works, and they're going to understand the contractual guarantees and the simplistic nature of annuities. I've trademarked annuities made simple, or I think that's it, but something annuity simple. I trademarked so much stuff, I forgot how much I've trademarked. The point of the matter is, it's that important to me, which is annuities should be simple. Annuities are simple. Annuities, when looked at from a contractual guarantee standpoint, are simple. It's that simple. And my site is set up to where you can run quotes and see live MIGA feeds and things like that. And everything we show and quote with our calculators, everything, every single number is contractual. Take that to heart. I mean, I'm not playing around here. Retirement is not a game. Okay. We have to be very, very specific on chapter 2 of your life to make sure that you've lived the lifestyle that you've earned. Nod your head, please. Yep. So that's it. That's Shooting It Straight. My name is Stan, the Annuity Man. I will see you next time.